Is XLM getting ready to break out? I've got a chart that you have to see. And you know what helps something break out? Juicy stellar news. Yep, I've got two stellar stories for you that can make that first story happen. And in the spirit of giving thanks to others, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Life Learner on Twitter who reached out to me and shared the story that I'm going to share with you in a little bit. But right now, XLM sitting at 8.8 cents, up 1% last 24 hours. Broader look across the market sees more green, everyone. We're liking this action right here.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Bitcoin sitting at 21.3, ETH 15.85. Miners are starting to make some money. Less forced liquidations are happening. This is good things. Now let's get on to some action. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index comes out of fear for the first time in 9 months. And yes, Bitcoin is a good overall market indicator because we know good positive action on Bitcoin leads to good positive action in the alts. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index recently hit neutral levels for the first time since April of 2022. And with this metric came a wave of optimism among crypto enthusiasts. The development indicates an increase in bullish sentiments amid the latest rally, which led to a 2-month high of 21,340. Guess what? We're higher now. We're at 21,350. And I've got that tweet here for you because, as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. Bitcoin has finally stepped out of fear for the first time in 9 months. I'm cautiously optimistic, but wait until you see the chart I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Now on to stellar news, coming from the guy with the stellar head. Ukraine's Tascombank pilot, stellar-based Irvini. I did a story about that a few days ago, so that's news story number one. And yes, there were several public positives that they mentioned specifically in regards to stellar and blockchain technology. I'll have that video linked at the end, so those of you that want a deeper dive into that, you'll be able to do so. But now on to the big news. And again, huge shout out for Life Learner for sharing this information with me. If you want to be part of the Twitter sphere, I'll have that link down below as well so that you can join the information circle. ABN AMRO issues digital bond on Stellar blockchain. ABN AMRO became the first bank in the Netherlands to register a digital bond on the public blockchain using Fireblocks. And oh yes, Fireblocks sounds familiar, doesn't it, Stellar fans? We're going to get into that as well. The digital bond was issued to a select group of investors to raise funds on behalf of APAC, an ABN AMRO commercial client in the aerospace industry. Now, how did this program work? ABN AMRO then utilized Fireblocks' end-to-end tokenization platform to securely mint and burn the custody of the token, as well as simplify digital asset treasury management process. And remember, blockchain doesn't lie, so those records that are created, well, guess what? You can't screw around with them, can you? And that's what institutional grade money wants. They want that security and safety that blockchain offers. And then finally, ownership of the bonds was recorded on the blockchain in the form of tokens that investors acquired after they had paid for the bond. Now let's dive a little bit deeper, ladies, here. What do I got? Stellar in their main page, infrastructure and white label services. Here's Fireblocks. Fireblocks offers Stellar custody service, treasury management, risk mitigation tools, and asset issuance for managing the minting, burning, custody, whitelisting, and transfer of digital assets. See, everyone, it's all about being part of the Stellar ecosystem. Speaking of Stellar ecosystem, it's so strong that Wire was able to get funding within 1 week of having trouble. See, they all want to be part of the Stellar family. Fireblocks offers Stellar custody service, treasury management, risk mitigation tools, and asset issuance for managing the minting and burning and custody, whitelisting, and transfer of digital assets. Fireblocks powering 1,300+ businesses remove the complexity of working with digital assets. Yes, everyone, the use of the Stellar chain is proven time and time again, as now we are seeing digital bonds issued on the Stellar chain. Now, I said that there was a chart earlier that said, hey, you know what? XLM breakout is possible when you got two juicy good stories like this, where we've got big institutional grade partners wanting to use Stellar products. Well, here you go. All right, so I got a couple lines here to show you. This first bottom line right here, that's the price of what XLM was right before the announcement of this most recent CPI data. Right here, this is the high we've seen of the last two candlesticks. Now, granted, they have failed to push through that line, but we are working our way on up. Now, if you zoom out just a little bit, I want to show you something. And that's this right here. On the last upswing that Stellar had within this price range right here that I highlighted earlier, it then had a breakout onto the upside of nearly 20 cents within the next couple of days. Check it out right there. You could see, and this was before Roni Rona. This is before all the fiat was all pumped into the system and things were crazy. So this is more realistic action, right? Not fiat junk thrown into the market. Look at that though. Once Stellar broke that 9-cent mark, that was it. It took off to 20 cents. Now, if you zoom out and you put both sides into the picture, you could see that the volume, yes, here is just like it was then. So a breakout from 9 cents, 8.8 in that hovering section where we're at right now could easily happen on the upside to 20 cents as we seen last time it happened in November of 2020. People often say that history repeats itself, and I sure hope so with this situation, as yes, the last time that Stellar went for that 9 to 10 cent mark, boom, that is when the breakout happened, where you saw 100% gain within 3 days of that action. Amazing stuff, everyone. Will we be seeing that again? Like I said, it helps when you got 2 big news stories of big partners out there wanting to use Stellar products, and it's all about the ecosystem. Fireblocks, Stellar, all these partners working together to make it happen. In Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, getting out of the fear and going into neutral is a good global indicator of the crypto market and how people are feeling about it. Things are lining up, everyone, lining up to be really juicy. And don't forget, Stellar Development Foundation is hanging out in Davos at the World Economic Forum this week. I wonder what's going to be released news-wise there. Maybe that helps propel us to that 20-cent mark. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this action. I'm still being very cautiously optimistic because I know Jerome Powell and the Fed here have a big decision coming up whether they're going to drop the 25 or the 50 basis point hit on the market. Honestly, I think we're at a 50-50 mix right now with the way the news has been going. And remember, Wednesday has UK CPI data, which we know the Fed is going to be looking at going, well, wait a minute. What's, CPI data around the whole world looking like? See, this stuff all makes sense, right? All these macroeconomic conditions all equal in to what goes in the decision-making factors. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for the support. Now, that video I talked to you about earlier, right, with Tascom Bank, that's this video right here. Deeper dive on that pilot. It even has the report in there and how you can find all the mentions of Stellar. There were quite a few, everyone. Again, thank you for the overwhelming support. I'm humbled by it, and I'm humbled by all of you helping out this channel. I'm successful because of you. Until later, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.